Hello there everybody, it's UK independent demonstrator Halsey here from slimandstylish.com. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm creating this card, I Love Your Beautiful Friendship, using the painted Poppies stamp set. I love this stamp set, I really do. And I thought I'm just going to colour it a little bit alternatively. I think I've coloured it in every red going now. So I thought I'm going to go with Pretty Peacock. This is the card I've created. It's quite simple to make. Let me show you how. So you want a piece of scrap Whisper White cardstock. I actually don't have scrap. I did, I've run out of it. So this is actually a card base that I already had cut up, ready to go. And I have the open poppy, the half closed poppy and the leaf. And you want to stamp each one twice. I'm only stamping them once, but you do want to stamp them all twice. I actually, after a few videos where I've been talking through myself, blending all the way through the video, I thought I would do a bit of Blue Peter and have some of those I made earlier. So I've already done one set of each and I've already coloured one set of each. There. So this is my second set. So when you colour in these with your blends, you need both the light and dark Pretty Peacock, the dark Bermuda Bay, and the light and dark Granny Apple Green. Okay, Granny Apple Green first, because that's the simple one. You want the dark one straight up the middle of your leaf. Like that. And then the light one. I'm just doing the background of the leaf first, the bit that was white, and then I'm going to run up the centre with it, just blend that in just a little bit, not a lot. There you go, like that. Dark Pretty Peacock, and for this one you want to go over each of the folded in leaves. It's the same, by the way, for the open one as the part open one. Over the turned leaves. Petals, not leaves. I know this. I'm becoming such a flower whiz. And then you want to run around the outside of each leaf that you have an outside of, if you know what I mean. So this one here doesn't have an outside in the middle, but this one does. And this one here does. This side is tucked underneath, so that's the outside. And this one has two outsides. Okay. You want to do exactly the same on this one. So this is the outside of that petal. This one has no outsides. This one has that one. And that one to there. And then it has this one. And this one. This one doesn't have any. This one up there. Down there. And like that. And then once you've done that, you want to do the middle kind of scruffily. Just feed the colour through. On both. And that's it for the dark. The light petal peacock, you want to kind of go over each bit of the dark you've done and feed the two together, sort of like that. I'm not really worrying about blending too much at the moment. Just want to get the colour on the paper. Okay. For that one, and pretty much the same for this one. Doesn't that look nice and messy? keep this one out, don't put it away. That's the light petal. It's not petal. I was going with petal pink because I've been saying petals. Pretty Peacock. The light Pretty Peacock keep out, and you're going to want to use the dark Bermuda Bay. And for this one, you just want to fill in all the white spaces. You don't really want to go over the Pretty Peacock because it's a little bit darker than it. You just want to fill in the white spaces. Now it looks a mess, doesn't it? I know. Sometimes I play with the darker colours and put the colour lifter over. But on this one I'm playing with the lighter colours and I'm putting the dark colour over. But I quite like the effect. I think it just gives it a different sort of warming tone. Rather than lighten it up in areas, it warms it. That's all for the Bermuda Bay. You now want to come back with the light Pretty Peacock and you're just going to blend away. I'm going to go in circles over it because I just want the colour to really bleed. So it'll look like that. Yeah. Over each petal the same. It's quite fun with the circles, I think. And these colours seem to just naturally tone quite well together. It's not like a splodge or anything, they sort of just naturally go quite well, and it just does create that dark warming effect through it. So yeah, I looked at the poppies this morning and I thought I can't use them again. I've used them so much and I'm running short of ways to decorate them. I've done them in all different reds. I've done them white and stuck them onto red. And then I thought, you know what, you get purple poppies, I might do a purple. And as I was thinking of doing the purple, I was like, no. Go with the Pretty Peacock and the Bermuda Bay and see what happens. And then I fell in love with it. Bermuda Bay is my favourite colour anyway. It used to be, my favourite colour used to be Lemon Lime Twist. And I do like Granny Apple Green because it's very much like it. But Bermuda Bay just stands out for me as such a fun colour. I quite like it. There we go. And you see this little bit here, there's just a tiny little bit in the centre that's still white. I just went over that with my light Granny Apple Green just to give it a burst of colour. Not much of one, but just a little pop like that. So once you've got them, good old fussy cutting. There are dies that match this set. I haven't got them. I was very tempted to get them. As a demonstrator, I do like to demonstrate the majority of sets in the catalogue. So for me on my budget, I need to make a choice as to whether, if I buy the stamp set and I buy the dies, then I'm missing out on another stamp set really. So I buy the stamp sets. I find fussy cutting anyway, I enjoy it. And if I'm making lots of cards, I'll put on a good programme and just sit and fussy cut to it. And I think it's quite relaxing of an evening, as long as you've got good light. So that's the decision in my head that I've made. I do buy a few dies, but I don't buy them all because I just like to have the extra variety of stamp sets. I feel my channel would be quite boring if I was just doing the same ones over and over. Talking of which, I have just filmed 4 back-to-back videos using the same set. So I will schedule those so you don't have to sit through Beautiful Friendship all in one go. But it is a good set, you know. And this one is actually using Beautiful Friendship for the sentiment. So yeah, this will be like the 5th video on it. It's a good set. And both of these sets are carrying over into the new catalogue, which is good too. I've actually cleared away all my retired ones now, so I'm only going to be showcasing the ones that are carrying over into the new catalogue. And I'm waiting for my pre-order from the new catalogue. As a demonstrator, we can order just a little bit earlier so that we can plan ahead. But I'm waiting for those. So at the moment it's It's a few sets I am playing with, so I think that's why Beautiful Friendship has just took a hammer in today. Plus the fact it's an amazing set. So are the Poppies. For those of you that haven't seen Beautiful Friendship, it's this one. And this is the sentiment that I love our Beautiful Friendship that I'm using today, which I love, especially at the moment, and so very happy to know you. I think they're both really sort of cute, frenzy type sentiments. So finally my leaf. You can have a new catalogue, by the way, if you live in any of the European regions that we sell to. Drop me a message and I'll pop one in the post to you. My post isn't as quick as usual. I'm only going to the post office once a week because of social distancing, but I will put them in the post to you anyway. So another piece of Whisper White. This is actually cut 9.5 centimetres by 13.8 centimetres. And I'm going to be backing this onto Pretty Peacock, which is 10 centimetres by 14.25 centimetres. And that's going to go on there like that eventually. Don't stick it yet, you've got some ribbon to play with. My scrap Whisper White again, because I realised that after talking about the sentiment, I didn't actually stamp him. Pretty Peacock. And stamp that down. Pretty Peacock is around for another year. So we have our base colour families, our subtles, our regals, our brights and neutrals. They're around all the time. The in colours, however, they change to keep our colours a bit more fresh and current and vibrant. So Pretty Peacock, what were the other ones? Seaside Spray, Terracotta Tile, Rosia Rose, they're all around for another year because they last for 2 years. So these are 2019 to 2021 ink pads, so you can still get these. We then have 5 new ones coming out with the new catalogue that will also be valid for 2 years, but sort of on rotations. They'll be 2020, 2021, and they will retire in 2022. So you can still get this one. You can still also get the cardstock and the blends to go with it. That's how the in colours work. Quite excited about the new in colours. They're very nice. If you've seen the catalogue, you will know. If not, look out for them when they come live. They're beautiful. So I'm punching this out with this punch. I wish I could remember them. Oh, there's me. You can see me in it. This is in the spring catalogue and it's carrying over into the new catalogue as well. And I just think it's a very useful punch. It's a really nice size. So I like that. Then we're just doing some balancing as to where you want everything. So pop some snail in the top corner. And then layer up your stamps as to where you want them. So I had the leaf to the side. Then I had the big poppy over the top like that. Put some more snail on. And then I had that one just to the side like that. There we go. And there's my backing Whisper White that this is going to stick on. So as you can see, I've popped these on the base. You can just stamp them onto the base if you want to. The reason why I fussy cut them out, firstly, was so I could position them all exactly how I wanted to with the front, but also because it adds extra dimension. You know, it looks like these are popped up. These have got a dimensional underneath. It just looks like it's got more 3D aspects to the card. That's the word I'm looking for. Even though I am only sticking with them with snail, they still look like they're a different layer, so I like that effect. I'm still going to stick these how the other ones were. I'm not changing my layout very much. Well, I'm not changing it at all unless I make a mistake, which with me is very common. Okay, so once you've done that, this is the white seam binding, and I've got it here. So you just want to colour this. I did it with a light granny apple green. You've probably seen me do this hundreds of times. There's no real art to it, just get it coloured. I was discussing this with a customer of mine the other day. You can colour them with the Stampin' Right markers. You can colour it with the ink pad, and you can also colour it with the refill ink. But if you're doing it with the refill ink, I find that I put the refill ink in, a bit of water, and then I throw in the, I don't know what I've got down this ribbon, I'll have to make sure that bit's hidden. And then I throw it in the bag with some water and crunch it all together. So I have a little plastic bag, pop in the refill ink, pop some water in, throw in the ribbon, and just actually dye it that way. But you have to watch how much water to how much ink ratio, because you can make 3 or 4 different shades, and sometimes if you've already got one shade on your card it won't look as good, so just bear that in mind. But yeah, I want to hide that, so I don't even know what that is. Let me do my bow first so I can see how much room I've got to play. I've got a ribbon tray which is really handy. I love it actually. It's the best. Ribbon is so tricky to store, but this is definitely the best ribbon storage I've got, and actually I store all my adhesives in one as well, and it's really handy for me. But it's got 2 hooks on it, so it's like oh, I can show you my adhesive one actually, that's here. It's like this size. It's got 2 hooks on it, and my adhesive sits in there, but my spools of ribbon will also sit in there and I can pull them. But because of these hooks, I have to watch where I put them. So my adhesive one actually does fit quite handily just to the side of my desk. Because I don't use ribbons as often, that's down on the side of my drawers and it's right by the floor. So when I come to do my videos, I actually do just grab a handful of ribbon and colour it from up here, rather than taking the whole spool off and watching them all tumble. So there's my bow. So yeah, I can pop that on there and hide that. That's good. Well, actually I don't think I even know it is going to hit the card. Bit of snail, put that exactly where my sentiment's going to go. No one will know it's there. Don't tell anyone. Pop that over. I wouldn't usually use this much ribbon either, but as I said, I'd already cut it, and that bit is definitely going to be hidden just there. So I'm going to pop that up on some dimensionals. I think I've got dimensionals drawer. Could you hear me going in it? I'm on a new pack. I get so excited with new packs of dimensionals, because you can make a pattern now. You don't want to get 1 or 2 together. You want to sort of, you can make a Mickey Mouse, you see. This is how my mind works. I make little patterns and try and keep it going then in a honeycomb, and you very rarely see that I've used a whole strip that way. I've made patterns in it first. Little things amuse little minds, and that one amuses mine. There we go. Bit of snail there. You could use a glue dot if you wanted to, and attach the ribbon. Try and spread it a little bit, there we go. And then you just want to stick it onto your pretty peacock backing. And pop it onto a card base. So my card bases are a sheet of A4 cut in half and then scored in half to make a 10-fold card. So pop that on, and then I'm just going to burnish it because it didn't look like I'd burnished that one. And there we go. There's the card using painted poppies and the sentiment from Beautiful Friendship. I hope you like it. You can purchase any of these items from my store. You go to slimandstylish.com, go up to the header and click buy, and it will take you straight to my store. If you like the project, please subscribe and come back and see me again. And if you do want a catalogue, let me know and I'll pop one in the post to you. Thank you. Bye.